What's going on, y'all? This is Brandon, aka the Port City Attorney. Today, we're going to be reacting to a video called Lady is Convinced the Laws Don't Apply to Her. Let's see if she is correct or mistaken.
Young lady, Officer Banks, Gulf Breeze Police Department. I'm pulling you over. You're doing 54 and a 35. Any reason for that speed tonight?
Where's the 35?
Before you got off the bridge, and as soon as you came off the bridge. All this is 35.
I was going 40, I thought.
Nope. You got your license, registration, proof of insurance.
You don't have to have a license to drive a car.
Yes, you do.
You do not.
15-7, 41 with me.
5475, whatever he said, was code for I got a bat crazy person who's a sovereign citizen.
Ma'am, step out the vehicle. Step out the vehicle.
Am I a crime?
Yeah, you are being detained right now. Step out the vehicle, young lady.
I know my rights.
Either you step out the vehicle, or I will remove you from the vehicle.
I know my rights.
15-7, sovereign citizen.
The officer did the right thing and basically stated the reason why he was stopping her, that she was speeding, that she was exceeding the posted speed limit, going 50 and a 35. She said, well, I thought I was going 40. Listen, the problem with that is you're still admitting to committing a traffic violation, which then by your own admission, makes the stop good, right?
No, you need to step out the vehicle right now. Young lady, step out the vehicle. Step out the vehicle. Last time I'm going to ask you. I'm going to ask, and then I'm going to make you step out the vehicle.
You're going to get me a supervisor out here right now.
No, you're going to step out the vehicle right now.
You are going to get me a supervisor out here right now.
That's fine.
I know my rights.
What right is that?
I do not have to have a driver's license to drive a car. This is not a commercial vehicle.
Okay.
I know my rights.
Okay.
Very well.
That's what you want to stick with?
Call a supervisor.
I'm going to call freaking Carl Bismarck.
Do you have an ID or you have a driver's license?
No, I don't have a driver's license on me.
Okay. Do you have one issued to you?
In Mississippi.
In Mississippi. So why would you need a driver's license to drive on the road if you don't need a license?
That is the operative question.
That was years ago.
Oh, so what year is this?
What year was the ID issued?
2997.
I hope that's your supervisor.
You hope it is?
I really do. Yes, I do.
Okay.
What is your name and badge number?
I already told you my name. It's Officer Banks.
And what is your badge number?
It's Officer Banks.
Are you failing to...
Are you failing to give me your driver's
I
license?
don't have to give you a...
Cops don't necessarily have to give their name and badge number unless there's a local ordinance or a state statute that requires them to do so. However, you most likely have to produce identification if you're suspected of committing a crime. That's pretty universal.
I'm sorry, I don't have to have a driver's license to drive a vehicle.
Okay. Sorry, Turner. A, she won't identify. She won't produce a driver's license. She's doing 58.
Yes.
Okay, I do not have to have a driver's license to drive a vehicle.
Let my officer speak first, then I'll speak to you.
Her vehicle stopped for speeding. 54 and 35 coming off the bridge. She asked me where the speed limit was, saying that it's before she got off the bridge. She actually did a U-turn. We were in the 35 zone. We pull over here. I introduced myself. I said, any reason why we're driving this fast? And I said, you got your license. She immediately goes into, I don't need a license to drive the vehicle.
Okay.
And then she said, I am traveling.
Okay. So, you do need a license to drive the vehicle. And you do have to identify.
Neither the officer who initiated the stop nor the supervising officer who showed up at the request of the suspect has cited the statute which requires you to have a license to travel on the road.
You're wrong, but okay.
I know common law, natural law.
I don't care about common law.
constitutional
You're in the state of Florida. You're in the
You're
state of
Canada
Florida.
law.
Of course, we're in Florida, baby. That's where we do these things.
Speeding
Turn the
is
vehicle
wrong.
off and get out of the car. Out of the car now. Undo the
Let me
seatbelt.
turn the vehicle off.
Turn it off now.
Officer Schaefer, unbuckle her.
Put all that down.
Step out, turn around, face away from me. Turn around, face away
Turn
from me.
I
around.
do not have to have a driver's license to drive a vehicle.
Yes, you do.
No, I do not.
Well, then you can tell that to the judge if you end up going to jail.
I do not have to have a driver's license to drive a vehicle. I have all the laws right there.
I
in the
don't
back
care
of my
what I don't
car.
care what laws you say you
I
have.
know that you don't care.
My question is, how big is her car that she has all the laws back there? Is like, are they books? Because I've seen legal libraries. They are stout and heavy. That car wasn't dragging. So maybe she's got a computer with all the laws in there. Or maybe she's just bat crap crazy.
Have a seat.
I I need to call.
Have a seat.
I need to call somebody. Yes, I do.
You call somebody from Santa Rosa County Jail.
Excuse me?
You call somebody from Santa Rosa County Jail, you're under arrest.
I live right down there.
Where's your ID out of, or your license out of?
Mississippi.
I just thought you didn't have one. You
Sir,
just said you don't need one.
This is ridiculous.
It's not ridiculous. We're
Yes,
not going
it
to play
is.
any of these games with you tonight.
It's not a game. This is my rights as a,
It's not
as a
your rights.
citizen.
It's not your rights.
Yes, it is.
No, it's not. You're in the state of Florida. The state of Florida requires you to have a driver's license to operate a motor vehicle.
Sir, it doesn't matter what state I'm in.
See, that's your problem, is you say it doesn't matter, but it does.
I have
In
the
this
laws
country,
in
it
my
does.
car.
I don't care about what laws you
Sir,
say you have.
You should care about the
I
laws and the
don't,
rights
but
of citizens. You're a
we
peace
know your
officer.
rights. We know your rights.
No, you
You
don't.
don't
I
know
know
your
my-
rights.
yes,
No,
I
you
do.
don't.
Yes, I do.
Because if you knew your rights, you knew, or you would know, and should know, that you must have a driver's license to operate a motor vehicle. And
I've
if I
been
find
with this
out
through
that
cops.
if I find out that you are not giving us the right information to
I
identify
gave you
you,
the right information. Why would I do that? I'm trying to use my rights as a legal citizen. Why would I
would you do that?
Don't engage in a battle of wits or an argument with somebody who is, let's say, not as formally educated. Or we can just say stupid, because they're going to beat you every time. They're going to drag you down to their level.
And in this country, what laws do we follow?
Canon law. Y'all follow canon law. We follow
The rest
natural
of it.
law.
Who is
common
we?
law.
Who is we? Who's we? Tell me who we is.
Police officers.
No,
not
police
peace
officers.
Here's the problem. He still hasn't stated the reason why she's being arrested. I mean, he stated the reason, but he hasn't cited a statute.
Please
Yes.
just let me go home.
No.
Why?
Because you do not have a valid driver's license. And you have done nothing but give my officers a hard time during
I've
this
done nothing
entire
but
ordeal.
Try and tell you that I have rights.
You don't know your rights,
I haven't
clearly.
been ugly to y'all. I haven't yelled at you.
You
and
have
ran
not
away.
been cooperative.
I haven't been cooperative. In what,
Not
silent?
at all.
Just go with it.
No, just be honest.
You're right. Be silent.
Sergeant, please.
You don't have a license.
Okay, I'll never drive again.
Yes, you will, because you believe you don't have to have a license.
I'll go get a driver's license tomorrow.
Well, wait a minute. Now you're telling me that you'll go get a license,
Because you're
but
telling
yet
me
you
that I have no
believe
choice.
you don't. That's correct. You have no choice. You failed to appear on a court appearance for, what was it, expired license?
This comes full circle. She don't have a license because she got arrested for not driving with a license. How crazy is that?
So your Mississippi driver's license is expired.
And for the registration.
Okay, and the registration. So you had a court date that you missed. Do you remember that?
No, I don't.
You don't, or you choose not to?
You remember something you forgot? No, you don't? Okay.
No, sir. I would not lie to you. I don't lie. I do not remember that.
Okay, well, you do have a warrant out of Santa Rosa County. So
Where is
regardless,
Damn, they didn't even just suspend her license. They issued a warrant. So now she really going to jail.
you're in Santa Rosa County. Do you not know where you live?
I just moved here. My
When?
mother lives on High Point.
When did you move here?
About 2 months ago, from Pascagoula, Mississippi.
In some states, like the state that I'm in, failure to identify the DMV of a move is an additional crime. So the more she talks, the more she's digging herself a hole and the more charges they could potentially levy against her. So
Real quick, I just wanted to say that Attorney Tom / Attorney Reacts content is now on Spotify. We just launched a partnered show, link in the description. Go check it out. Now, back to the video.
Well, you are going to jail tonight.
Well, thank you, Sergeant Turner.
You're welcome. I can do that too. I can stare at you.
dude, just have some professionalism, quit engaging in stupid arguments with her, and just take her to jail so she can have a bologna sandwich.
What
Yeah,
we
please
want
just
you
call
to
my mother.
understand is there are laws that you have to follow. Whether you agree with them or not is a moot point. Because if you
He keeps using that word. He doesn't know what it means. It's moot, not mute.
choose not to follow them and you continue to act like this and do this, you're just going to constantly be going to jail. Is that what you really want?
I'm not acting like or doing anything like.
You told us that you don't have to have a driver's license to drive. And clearly, you do.
Conversation over. Walk away.
Can I please call my
No,
mother?
you will be able to call your mother from the jail.
Please let me go ahead and call her
No.
so she can head there.
No.
She's sleeping. Please.
By the time you get booked in and everything, it'll be early enough in the morning. You can call her and she'll probably be getting up.
This is gonna
So
take
why-
hours.
It's not going to take hours, but it's going to take some
Sergeant
time.
Turner, please. Can you just
The
give me
answer
that
is
some-
no.
You got some karma.
I'm not worried about my karma.
I know. You're one of those.
But if you're worried about your karma, get Credit Karma. I'm just kidding. This isn't really a plug. I felt it. I had to do it.
I've already been through roadblocks with state troopers with this.
Then they're not very good state troopers.
Yes, they are, because they know their rights and they know the law.
No. If they let you through with this garbage, they're not.
This is not garbage.
It's garbage.
Have you done any research into it?
More than you will ever know. You're
Okay,
not
well,
the
then you
first
would know
one.
it's-
I don't think the officer is being truthful with himself here because he hasn't cited a single statute.
Where's the gun in the car?
The gun? There's no gun in that car.
There seems to be ammo.
The gun's in a pawn shop
When did you pawn it?
like 2 months ago.
So why are you still just carrying around ammo?
I didn't know that ammo was in there. What's wrong with carrying around ammo? What can I do
Nothing.
without a gun?
Nothing. All right, is wrong with it. But if there's ammo, normally there's a gun. And since the vehicle's being towed, we want to keep the gun in safekeeping.
What they're doing, they're performing what is called an inventory search of the vehicle. It's a nice little trick that law enforcement likes to use in order to be able to search your vehicle whenever they're going to tow it, right? So they didn't have a reason, they didn't have reasonable suspicion, they didn't have probable cause to perform a warrantless search of her vehicle. However, they are going to tow it. So they're going to perform what's called an inventory search. Now, they couldn't find a gun. And so what they're asking for is where the gun is, probably not so that they can keep it safe for safekeeping, but that they can charge her with carrying a concealed weapon if she doesn't have a permit. All right, so I got a potential problem with this. The search, they didn't have to search the backpack. They might even need a warrant to search the backpack. You know, they can search the car to perform an inventory search, and they could notate that there's a backpack in the car and that it was unopened, and then take it back to the station and get a warrant if they need to search it. But I don't know the laws in their jurisdiction, but that's certainly an argument that a defense attorney could have when they inevitably charge her with felony possession of cocaine, because they had no reason to search the backpack. They didn't need to include that on the inventory. They could have left it closed. If they suspected something was in it, they could have gotten a warrant, but they didn't. And, you know, she made them mad, so they're going to search the car and do whatever they want. But she needs to stop talking, because if she mentions anything about the drugs, she's going to back herself into a corner.
Drugs inside the vehicle, you are under arrest now for possession of felony narcotics.
I didn't give y'all permission to search my vehicle either.
Your vehicle's being towed. We're inventorying it. We're not searching it.
Again, he should have said that earlier.
Yes, you are. You're searching my vehicle.
You say that our laws don't matter to you, so what does it matter?
Let's have some professionalism, boys.
I don't have any laws right now.
No, there's plenty of laws. You're just breaking them.
I don't have to mind laws that aren't valid.
They're valid laws.
They are not valid laws.
The United States and the state of Florida seem to think they are.
The United States has a constitution that we fall under.
Right.
Statutes, mandates,
and
codes.
So,
None of that matters.
so under our constitution, it still gives the state governments the right to govern themselves, correct?
That's right. And the sheriff has all the power.
That's right.
That's right.
The sheriff does. He is
Yes,
the
yes.
head law
He is
enforcement
not
officer.
part of NATO. He's not part of the Council on
I'm
Foreign
not-
Relations.
Quit interacting with her. The sheriff is not the head law enforcement officer. It's like watching two 5-year-olds argue.
I'm not part of NATO either.
Well, you take orders from the top.
Nope, I don't.
Yes, you do.
You know who I take my orders from? My chief of police.
Exactly. And he takes orders from the top.
Who's the top?
Top G, baby.
You do take orders from the top. That's how it works.
Afraid not.
I've seen this argument before. Not this video or the points being raised specifically, but I have a 4-year-old and it's a lot like that. And so I just don't argue with my 4-year-old, just like you shouldn't argue with this person in the car.
You're not.
I have rights and I live in America.
Correct. But you
And
decide which laws to follow.
I don't take orders from anybody
Nobody's giving you
except
orders.
God.
You're not helping yourself because you choose to
No,
not get a valid driver's
that's,
license.
That's totally changing.
You're just playing a victim.
I'm not playing a victim.
That's what you're doing.
I'm not a victim. I'll never be a victim. I hate that mentality.
Then why are you playing all these excuses as to you don't need a driver's
It's not
license?
an excuse. I have the laws in that car. That's why I ride around with them.
Why? To
I have
educate
the book of the Constitution in
to
there.
educate people like me?
Neither of them can cite anything from the Constitution. They haven't yet.
I don't think that you're interested in learning anything.
I don't
that
think
you're
you-
very stubborn.
I don't think you know anything about me to even get to make that comment.
What, my opinion is that.
Like how you got charges.
That's
That
fine.
warrant is.
Yeah, I could have guessed that they were going to charge her the DUI just because she seems like she was on something. All right, so moral of the story is don't engage with stupid people because they're going to pull you down to their level. You have to have a license to drive a car in most, probably all states. Keep your arguments to yourself. Don't talk to the police. Invoke your right to have an attorney present. Don't do what she did. Or him. I mean, he wasn't a great shining example of what an officer should do on a stop either. Thanks for joining. What do you think? Do you think that she was correct? Do you have the same ideas that you don't need a license to travel, that travel should be unfettered? There is an argument there. What do you think? Let me know in the comments. We'll see you next time.